Hello, everyone, and welcome to Curious Minds. I'm your host, Jackie.
And I'm your co-host, Haruto. It's great to be with you all today.
We have a really fundamental topic for today's episode, something we all use every single day, but maybe don't think about too much.
That's right, Jackie. We're going to be talking about a question that's both simple and incredibly complex. How does the internet work?
Exactly. Think about it. You're listening to this podcast right now, which you probably downloaded or are streaming, or maybe earlier today you sent a message to a friend on your phone.
Or watched a funny cat video.
Definitely watched a funny cat video. All those things feel instant, like magic. But there's this huge invisible system making it all happen. So Haruto, where do we even begin to explain what the internet actually is?
It's a great question. At its most basic level, the internet is a global network of computers connected to each other. Imagine it like a giant web of roads connecting billions of houses. Your computer or your phone is one of those houses.
Okay, a global network. That makes sense. But who built it? Who invented this giant web?
Well, it wasn't just one person. It started in the 1960s as a United States military project called ARPANET. The idea was to create a communication network that could survive a disaster. But the two people most credited with inventing the core protocols, the rules the internet runs on, are Vinton Cerf and Bob Kahn. They are also known as the fathers of the internet.
Vinton Cerf and Bob Kahn. Got it. So they created the rules for how all these connected computers talk to each other.
Precisely. And these computers don't just talk to each other directly. They talk to special, powerful computers called servers.
Okay, I've heard that word, server, a lot. What exactly is it?
Think of a server like a library. A library stores thousands of books, and when you want one, you go and ask for it. A server stores websites, videos, music, and all sorts of files. When you type a website address into your browser, you're essentially asking a specific server, somewhere in the world, to send you that website.
So, our podcast episode is sitting on a server right now, and when our listeners press play, their device asks that server to send it to them.
Exactly right. And the information it sends is called data.
Data is another one of those words we hear all the time. Can you break that down for us? What is data in this context?
Of course, data is simply information, broken down into tiny pieces. Imagine you're sending a letter. The letter is the information. Now, imagine you have to send that letter by tearing it into 1,000 tiny pieces, putting each piece in a tiny envelope, and sending them all separately.
That sounds inefficient.
It does, but on the internet, it's incredibly fast and reliable. These small pieces of data are called packets. The video you're watching or the message you send gets broken into thousands of these packets. They travel across the internet, sometimes taking different paths, and are reassembled in the correct order on the other end by your device.
Wow. So when I see a video buffering, that's my computer waiting for all the little packets to arrive and get in the right order?
That's a perfect way to think about it. And all of this happens in milliseconds, through a physical network of fiber, optic cables laid under oceans, through satellites in space, and Wi-Fi signals in our homes.
It's mind-boggling when you stop and think about the scale of it all. This clearly shows how important the internet is in modern life. It connects us for work, for school, with family.
Absolutely. It's the backbone of the global economy, of modern communication and education. It gives us access to a library of human knowledge that was unimaginable just a few decades ago.
But with all that good, there must be some dangers, right? It's not all cat videos and connecting with grandma.
That is a very important point, Jackie. There are significant dangers we all need to be aware of. I think we can focus on three major ones today: cybercrime, misinformation, and the risks for children.
Okay, let's start with cybercrime. What does that cover?
Cybercrime includes things like hackers trying to steal your personal information, like passwords or bank account details. It also includes phishing scams, where criminals send fake emails pretending to be a company you trust, trying to trick you into giving them your information.
Right, those "your account has been locked" emails that look so real.
Yes, the best defense is to be skeptical. Never click on suspicious links. Use strong, unique passwords for different websites, and be very careful about what personal information you share online.
That's great advice. Now, what about the second danger you mentioned? Misinformation.
Misinformation or fake news is false or inaccurate information that is spread, often intentionally, to deceive people. Because the internet allows information to spread so quickly to millions of people, a false story can go viral before anyone has a chance to check the facts.
And that can be really dangerous, affecting everything from public health to politics. So how do we fight that?
The key is critical thinking. Before you believe or share something you see online, ask yourself, who wrote this? What is their source? Does this story seem designed to make me angry or scared? Always try to check information with trusted, well-known news sources.
Think before you share. I like that. Okay, and the third danger, which I know is a big concern for parents, the risks for children.
Yes, the internet is a fantastic tool for learning, but it also contains content that is not appropriate for children. There's also the risk of cyberbullying and the danger of children interacting with strangers who may wish to harm them.
So what can parents and guardians do to protect them?
Education is the most powerful tool. It's not just about blocking websites, but about having open conversations with children about online safety. Teach them not to share personal information, to tell an adult if anything online makes them feel uncomfortable, and to be kind to others. Parental controls and monitoring can help, but they are no substitute for education and trust.
That's incredibly important. So it's not about being scared of the internet, but about being smart and safe while using it.
Exactly. The internet is a powerful tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or for harm. Understanding how it works is the first step to using it wisely.
This has been such a great discussion, Haruto. I feel like I understand that magic a little bit better now. Let's do a quick summary of what we've covered. We've talked about the dangers, but I want to circle back to something you mentioned earlier, the physical network. You said there are cables under the ocean. That just sounds wild to me. Can you elaborate on the actual physical infrastructure of the internet?
I'd be happy to. It's truly an engineering marvel. A huge portion of the internet's backbone consists of submarine fiber optic cables. These are bundles of glass fibers, thinner than a human hair, that carry data as pulses of light. There are hundreds of these cables crisscrossing the ocean floor, connecting continents.
Right, and we access information from special computers called servers, which are like giant digital libraries for websites and files.
All that information is broken down into tiny pieces of data called packets, which travel across the world in milliseconds and are reassembled on your device.
And while the internet is incredibly important for connecting us and providing information, we have to be aware of the dangers, like cybercrime, the spread of misinformation, and the risks for children online.
And the best defense against these dangers is to be cautious, think critically, and communicate openly, especially with children.
That about covers it. We hope this helps you feel a little more informed about the amazing system you use every day.
Thanks for listening to Curious Minds, and we'll see you in the next episode.